Hey, 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 welcome to Studio Classroom on the air. Your English will improve today. I hope you believe it. My name is Gabe, and I believe it. I have a question for you. What kind of video games do you like to play? You know, I grew up playing games like Mario Brothers, and recently I got a Nintendo Switch. It's really fun. My favorite games so far are Mario Kart, that's pretty fun. Smash Brothers. Overcooked is good, although it's really hard to master. Did you know that you can also play the classic game Tetris, 俄罗斯方块, on a Switch? Yes. In fact, that's what today's lesson is all about. Tetris 99, a battle of the blocks. Cool, right? But wait, Tetris 99? What's that 99 all about? We are going to check out this new way to enjoy a classic game. So come on, let's go.
Tetris 99, a battle of the blocks. Check out this new way to enjoy a classic puzzle game. I love to see an old classic get new life. Why throw something away if a few changes can make it cool again? Tetris 99 is a fantastic example. Nearly everyone has heard of or played the original Tetris. It is a simple and fun game to play. Just move the blocks around to make them fit, clear a line, and say, "Hooray!"
Our lesson is about a new Nintendo game for the Nintendo Switch. Rebecca, have you ever played Nintendo? Like when you were a kid, did you play Mario Brothers or Duck Hunt or Tetris?
Hey, I loved Mario Brothers.
Yeah?
Yes. So I used to play Nintendo once in a while with my brothers. Nintendo 64, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. That game was pretty popular. I loved, was it Donkey Kong?
Oh, Donkey Kong is great.
Donkey Kong was so much fun. I loved Mario Brothers, and you said something about the Duck Hunt.
Yeah,
I like
Duck
that
Hunt.
one too. You had to like shoot the ducks.
Yeah, exactly.
Something like that. Yeah, I enjoyed some of those type of games, and I really enjoyed Game Boy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that was from way, way, way back when.
That gray one? Mm-hmm. The little one you could hold in your hand.
Yeah.
I played the Game Boy as well. My grandfather asked me one time what I was doing because he couldn't understand why I kept looking at this little screen all the time. He was of a different generation.
You know, there was one game on Game Boy I loved, and that was the game Tetris.
Well, Rebecca.
Yeah?
I'm glad you mentioned that because that's what we're talking about.
Right, but we're talking about a different type of Tetris. We're talking about Tetris 99, a battle of the blocks.
Yes, okay. Well, before we get into this new version of Tetris, which you see behind us, let's take a look at what the old version or the traditional version of Tetris was like. But we read here, check out this new way to enjoy a classic puzzle game. And that's a good way to describe Tetris. It is a puzzle game. It's not a puzzle like you would put together on a table, of course, but it's an electronic puzzle game.
That's right, and I used to love playing with my brother's Game Boy, and they had Tetris on that game, and every time we got into the car, I would ask my brother, "Hey, Martin, can I use your Game Boy? I want to play Tetris," because I loved trying to put the blocks in the right places.
Did it make you nervous when the music started going really fast, Rebecca?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. And then sometimes, you know, the wall was getting higher and higher, almost to the top. Mm-hmm. Ooh, pretty scary.
Okay, well, I love to see an old classic get new life, our author says. Why throw something away if a few changes can make it cool again? And that is true. Perhaps you haven't played Tetris in a long time because it's kind of an older game. But now they're doing something new to it. But this made me think of another phrase that doesn't appear in our lesson. It's kind of the opposite idea, right? Perhaps something is really good, so you don't need to change it. Sometimes we would say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Now, ain't is not a formal English word. It means isn't. If it isn't broke, don't fix it.
Or if it isn't broken, then don't fix it. That's the idea. Now, this kind of reminds me of like cars. My dad loves to work on cars at our house. But sometimes the cars don't really need to be fixed. They're perfectly fine the way they are, but he'll spend hours and hours and hours underneath the car trying to make them better, trying to fix something, but honestly, it really doesn't need to be fixed. It's fine.
And sometimes we use the phrase, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, because if you try to develop it or adjust it in some way, it might make it worse. So what about you, friends? Is there something or a situation in life where it's actually okay, but someone wants to fix it? You can tell them, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, back to this question, why throw something away if a few changes can make it cool again? Tetris 99 is a fantastic example. Our lesson says, nearly everyone has heard of or played the original Tetris. And we use the word, or our author uses the word nearly because maybe not everyone, but most people have heard of this game.
And it is a simple and fun game to play. Just move the blocks around to make them fit, clear a line and say, hooray! All right, well, let's take a look at that word clear in our sentence here, or in this lesson. It's a little unique, the usage. This means to make something disappear. So you're making a line or more in Tetris disappear.
Right. Okay. Now, this word reminds me of dinner time at my house.
Yeah.
Sometimes. I've just finished cooking, and then I might say, clear space on the table. The food is coming. So maybe there's food all over the table, and we need to clear a space so the other food has room.
And perhaps you need to clear some space on your plate so that you can add some tasty dessert or something like that. So you could use that word to talk about those kinds of things. Now, it seems like Tetris has kind of a new lease on life. Is that correct?
Lease. Oh, Gabe, that's a great question, but we need to learn more about that phrase in the Info Cloud.
Hello, friends. Welcome to Info Cloud. Rex, did you notice anything different about my watch today?
No, it looks the same to me.
I just put a new band on it. Although, to be fair, it is the same color as the old one.
Why did you replace the old band with one that is the same color if you wanted people to notice the change?
Well, the old band broke, so I really just needed a new band, and black was the easiest color to find. But I was worried I might have to buy a new watch.
It sounds like replacing the old band with a new one has given your watch a new lease on life.
You're right about that. And you just used a great phrase, to give something a new lease on life.
This phrase is used when something is repaired or improved so that it can continue to be used.
For example, replacing the cracked screen on my phone has given it a new lease on life.
This phrase can also be used to talk about people if they have gone from a period of illness or inactivity to a more energetic lifestyle. For example, his grandchildren have given him a new lease on life.
It's important to note that for American English speakers, we most often say, give a new lease on life. But you might also hear people say, give a new lease of life.
So cool. I love technology sometimes. I'm not very good with it myself as far as understanding how it works, but I love the new games that we can come out with, all the different things that we can do today that we couldn't 10 years ago, or especially 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 years ago. Today we're learning about a classic game that has kind of a new life. This new game is called Tetris 99. Of course, in the original Tetris, you had to get some blocks to fit in the correct place and clear some lines and say hooray, right? Well, what does Tetris 99 have to offer that's a little bit different? Let's find out.
Tetris 99, a battle of the blocks. But Tetris 99 takes that formula a step further by making it a high-speed multiplayer experience. In this game, you will be playing against 98 other players at the same time. You still clear lines to get points, and each time you do, you can send obstacles onto other players' screens. But you should watch out. Other players can put obstacles on your screen as well. As players are defeated, the music changes and the blocks fall more quickly. The game gets very intense. But playing the game isn't the only exciting thing about Tetris 99. It also has a great community of gamers.
Earlier, we learned about the traditional game of Tetris. You clear a line and say, hooray! Here, we're learning about Tetris 99. Tetris 99 takes that formula a step further by making it a high-speed multiplayer experience. Some people say multiplayer experience. But let's take a look at something else from this sentence, and that is to take something a step further. That's a useful phrase for you to know. It means to improve something in some way.
For example, you could say Penny and John have been dating for quite a while now, about 4 years. Well, they have finally decided it was time to take their relationship a step further.
Yeah.
That means that they wanted to get a little bit more serious.
So maybe he's going to propose and maybe they'll get married?
Yes. Exactly. That's the direction they are heading.
Well, that's a great example, a great way to use that phrase. So in our lesson, of course, Tetris 99 wants to take this game a step further. In this game, you will be playing against 98 other players at the same time. We've talked about the word simultaneously before. That means at the same time. And just so you get an idea of what this might look like on your screen, you have the Tetris right there in front of you, your screen, your blocks, but of course, there's all these other ones on the right and the left. These are the people that you're playing against.
Wow, that actually looks pretty difficult and fun all at the same time. Well, we read, you still clear lines to get points. There's that word, clear lines again, or the words, clear lines. And each time you do, you can send obstacles onto other players' screens. So this game actually sounds like it really does involve a lot of other people. It's not a game you want to play by yourself.
Right, exactly. So you go online, you need to get the online service, and you're playing against 98 other people. And it might take a little while for the computer to get all those people together to play at the same time. And I'm guessing sometimes there might be also computer players in there, but I think a lot of times it's actually against 98 other people around the world.
Gabe?
Yeah.
I bet that's why it's called Tetris 99, because there are 99 people playing.
Well, you're right. It's not just a bet, Rebecca. I can tell you, you're
right.
Exactly a genius today. You're exactly right. I had a chance to play this a couple nights ago.
Oh, really? Was it fun?
With Albert. Yeah, he came over to my house. And yeah, it was pretty fun. I mean, Tetris is a fun game to begin with. But then here you have the opportunity to compete against 98 other people. And also you're sending obstacles to other people's screens.
And that was your favorite part, right? Sending the obstacles to other people's screens?
Well, they sent some to my screen too. That was not my favorite part, but it did make it challenging and fun. And friends, we've been using this word obstacle here. Let's take a look at that word obstacle. That is something that happens to you to block your progress.
Yes. For example, you could say, one morning, or maybe it was in the middle of the night, I woke up, needed to get some water, and then I tripped because there was an obstacle in front of my door, and I didn't see it because it was dark.
That's a great example. And friends, this is a great word to use in life, because there are obstacles in life, right? They may not be something that you run into, like Rebecca said, but it could be something that stops you from progressing how you want. And in Tetris, of course, there are obstacles that you can send from your screen to somebody else's. Every time you clear a line, they could send an obstacle to someone else's screen. And Rebecca, you can change the settings. You can make it random, so it sends it to anybody's screen, or you can pick the person you want to send an obstacle to.
So if you're playing against a friend, you can specifically send the obstacles to that friend.
Exactly, or to the person who looks like they're winning. and you don't want them to win, right?
Ooh.
It's pretty fun.
It sounds like fun, but our lesson says, but you should watch out. Other players can put obstacles on your screen as well, like Gabe mentioned. As players are defeated, the music changes, and the blocks fall more quickly. The game gets very intense. Sounds rather intense.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. It can get pretty heated. I think especially if you're one of the last few players. I only played a couple of times. There's 99 people, right? And I didn't do better than maybe 60 or so. 60th place? That's not too bad, right?
Not bad out of 99 people. Not bad at all. But playing the game isn't the only exciting thing about Tetris 99. It also has a great community of gamers, so you just might meet some new people.
That's right. Well, friends, of course, you are learning English here at Studio Classroom, and it's great to practice your English. Right now, it's time for us to say it in English.
I waited at the baggage carousel for over an hour, but my luggage did not arrive with the other passengers' luggage. Baggage carousel. Luggage.
I'm sorry about that. What flight did you take?
Flight 703, coming from Paris.
What does your luggage look like?
It is a large silver hard-shell suitcase. It has my initials SK engraved on the side. Hard-shell suitcase.
Okay, please fill out this luggage claim form. Make sure to leave a number we can reach you at, and we will contact you as soon as we find it. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Luggage claim form. Inconvenience. Thank you.
What a fun game. Well, friends, you know, something about Tetris 99 is that you need to have the online service in order to play this game with 98 other players. Now, that does cost a little bit of money, but it is a little bit of money, all right, for the Nintendo Switch online service. That's just something you might want to consider as you think about getting Tetris 99 for your Switch. We have more to learn about this game and the community of gamers next time right here on Studio Classroom.